Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Channel Claire. I hope that you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy, crazy world. Now, I wanted to talk about a few things on this video. We have some exciting news in the Real Housewives sphere. I'm happy to see her back because she is, I think, a top tier housewife. I really do. And she's an actual housewife, okay? And I'm speaking about the return of Porsha, formerly Williams Gabadia, okay? She is back. She dropped a video letting us all know that she is back in the Real Housewives house. That's exactly where we wanted her. As we know, Kandi has departed. She says that she is taking a break. However, we know she is still in talks with Bravo for other projects that they have going on. And we have heard that Kenya potentially might be coming back as well. She's been doing a lot of press and promos and different interviews that I've been seeing. She looks so good. And then also, I think I read what I was saying was I read this GQ article and Phaedra was asked about her potential return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she said it's on the table that they've been in talks and it's a possibility if it makes sense. And I'm like, okay, but now with the news of Porsha's return, I don't know how that would work out because the last we spoke, them two probably aren't on the best of terms, given that Phaedra lied to Porsha about what Kandi had said. Phaedra made it seem like Kandi had actually made the statement about Porsha, but it was the fact that Phaedra had heard it and then repeated it to Porsha as fact, which was effed up. And it was about, drugging and all that foolishness, okay? So I don't even know how that would fare with Phaedra being back on the Real Housewives. And I did also see Dr. Heavenly, she was on live, and she was saying pretty much that Phaedra told her that she likes Married to Medicine better, like the show that she's currently on, and it's easier for her. I think that if Phaedra were to go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, she would have to answer a lot of questions that may be uncomfortable. But with Kandi gone, it does open up a lot of room and a lot more money because Kandi's check was heavy, okay? So it opens up the potential for new faces, old faces who want a little bit more to come back, and all of that. So it's going to be interesting, and I'm happy to see Porsha Gubadia returning because I want to know what's going on. Like, what's the situation with her and Dennis? Are they co-parenting on good terms? Because didn't she have a spinoff where the family was getting into it and there was all types of discord there, like mess? And then, like I was saying, I'd like to see Kenya back and see the finalization of her marriage to that Mark dude and her dating and, just opening her hair care. Well, it's a hair salon because she already has the hair care, but opening the hair salon and the dramas that go on with that. Like, I feel like these ladies have story, okay? The producers, I feel like, need to step out of a lot of this stuff when it comes to the Real Housewives and let the ladies do what it is that they do and be as support and stop trying to like meddle so fucking much, because it does come off as heavily scripted and contrived, and it doesn't come off as the old reality that we used to watch back in the day. And I really, really miss that. So congrats to Porsha. I know that bag is going to be overflowing. Good for her. Like, truly good for her. In other news, let's talk about our favorite middle-aged couple. They have been having quite a rollout the past couple of weeks. And I'm like, oh, what is happening? Because last we spoke, Harry had gone over to the UK to visit his father because he's diagnosed with cancer. He comes back, he's doing the NFL honors. Surprise. Cam Hayward is like, oh my god, that's Prince Harry, like fangirling and everything. People are mad, people are hating. We also get the settlement with the Mirror Group. Piers Morgan lost his job, his filthy lying ass. You knew you was hacking phones. You knew all about it. Then had the nerve to talk about some, I wish Harry wouldn't invade his family's privacy. Are you effing kidding me, dude? Like, you're deluded. Like, you are deluded. That's his family. Whatever. Then we see that they have completely rebranded like their whole website. It's Sussex.com. Like, we'll look into that. So they've done some rebranding. Beautiful pictures. Barely touching on being with the royal family. But then we see that today, let me get it up. Let me get it up. Hold on. Look at me, unprepared. But on my way to find what I was trying to find, I saw what I had liked earlier with Piers Morgan, okay? With Piers Morgan. And I really need him to get over the fact, because it's been years. It's been years. Get over the fact that you and Megan will never be. Okay, yes, she ghosted you. Oh my god, you thought that you had a chance? You are married. I want to know what your wife feels about the fact that you are obsessed with a whole other woman. That has to be uncomfortable. I would be asking Piers, like, do we have a problem? I would be like, as his wife, I would be so uncomfortable for my man to be this obsessed with another woman and be so upset and then take it out on her actual husband, the one she actually wanted to be with, because you're not him. Okay, so why the New York Post put this article saying Meghan Markle and Prince Harry slammed for ridiculous new Sussex.com website. Read their self-serving bios. Okay, shade from the New York Post. Piers takes it upon himself to say in comment, after he's just been fired, after we just know that you've been hacking fucking phones, he says the royal family should not allow this shameless, brazen exploitation of royal titles. If that ain't the pot calling the kettle pitch fucking black. Piers, you have exploited the whole family by hacking into their motherfucking phones and who knows what else, and having them pit against each other, thinking that they're leaking each other's information to different papers and publications and shit. Whole time is you hacking their fucking phones, and you refuse to admit to it. Refuse. Absolutely refuse. So I need Piers to shut it up. Like, please shut up. You look so obsessed, and you look like the bitter little you look like a bitter man. Okay, you look like a bitter man that the woman that you wanted you couldn't get, and so forevermore you're gonna fucking act like you hate her when we know that's not the case. When you close your eyes at night, we know exactly what you're thinking about. So Piers Morgan, please stop. Back from my tangent, what I was trying to find was the fact that on the backs of all of that, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, strikes podcast deal with Lemonade Media, will launch new show and distribute archetypes to all platforms. So previously she was over there on, what was it, Spotify. People had a lot to say about that. Oh my god, they got kicked out of their contract. Wasn't one of the big guys up there talking about how they were lazy and how Harry was needing help and this, that, and the other, and they got trashed with their failed, flopping podcast. And now she's going to be back doing her podcast and new show, and it's going to be on all platforms, whatever that means. I guess YouTube is a platform, it would be on Twitter, like all platforms. So that's going to be happening. And I just feel like, didn't the same thing happen with the Netflix deal, where people are like, oh yeah, Netflix wants to get out of their deal, they don't want to work with them, da 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 da, and then it's announced that they're like in works and doing projects, and they got stuff in the pipeline. Then it was, oh, they're shunned from society and, from Hollywood and everything like that. And then they end up at all these Hollywood charity events. And they end up at, where they were at the Beyonce concert with all the celebs and this, that, and other. It's just like, it's so interesting. It's so interesting. Whole time all of this is happening, the Princess of Wales is still missing. We have yet to see Kate Middleton. We're still on Kate watch. I mean, I'm concerned for the girl. So all the people who feel that it's negative and like, oh, it's her privacy and everything like that. Yeah, it's her privacy, but they weren't trying to give Meghan her privacy when she had her baby. We pay, we pose. No, what was it? We pay, you pose. Okay, but when it comes to situations like this, it's different. They don't want to give Meghan her privacy about her children. They want birth certificates. They want to see the video. They want to see like them. They want them to be actually in the room when Meghan birthed the children, like out of her birth canal. Then, only then would they believe it. And even then they might not. They don't even believe the kids are hers, okay? They want to see the children. They want to see the children, but they want to respect the Princess of Wales' privacy, even though all this shit that's going on with her surgery, abdominal surgery, is sketchy as hell. And King Charles is all forthcoming with the information for his health and is secretly shading in his statements. And William is seen coming out looking like he's about to fall the fuck out, okay, on his first day back at duties, and I ain't seen him since. So it's just a lot. It's funny how things shake out. That's all I'm gonna effing say. So they got they're rolling out a lot. They're doing a lot in this new year. They have direction, they have vision, they have sat down and had many meetings to outline what it is that their mission is, their events, what it is that they're going to do charity-wise. They've got it all fucking planned out. While over here in the royal family, it seems like this just disjointed mess where nobody knows what the F is going on. And there's all this secrecy and speculation. I mean, and the thing is, I want to say, I wish them well. I want them to get it together over there in the royal family. Like, it's just crazy to watch all go down in real time. I'm like, I feel like I'm in a part of history. Watching the royal family, like, just, I'm not even going to say that. But I really do. Like, it's interesting to watch in real time all of this happen. So, all the speculation is still out there with Kate. And then the one day that we get a picture, everyone's going to lose their effing minds. And people are going to speculate about how it's photoshopped and that's not actually her, it's a double. And it's going to be a whole thing because you weren't forthcoming about what the hell was actually happening. So, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I had to take my hair down because that was a tight ass fucking ponytail. I'm like, oh my goodness, my gosh. Okay, so let's look at this a little bit. So, it says, Meghan Markle announces podcast deal and plans to host a dynamic new show after cutting ties with Spotify. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry parted ways with Spotify after one season of the Duchess of Sussex Archetype podcast. And potentially that just wasn't their home. It wasn't the best fit. Sometimes you gotta go over here and sometimes you gotta go over there. So, the fact that they didn't let it go, though, and let it be just like a fail and be a wash. Like, they kept going with it and shopped it out to different places, or possibly they were approached, but they kept going with it, you know? It didn't work out with Spotify. Maybe it was slightly embarrassing. All the things that one guy was saying, I can't remember his name, and all that, and they could have just folded and been like, well, fuck it. But no, they're continuing on. So, so that she signed a new deal with Lemonade Media. I've never heard of them. But it says, after Deadline was first to report the news on Tuesday, an announcement went up on the couple's new website. In addition to the one season of her Spotify series, Archetypes now being distributed to all podcast platforms. So will it be on Spotify? If it's going to all platforms, is the Spotify a platform and then it's going to be on Spotify where they just left from? Is that how it works? I don't know. So she's going to launch her new show, and she's going to be the host, although no further details on the untitled project have been revealed. I am proud to now be able to share that I am joining the brilliant team at Limonada. Is it Lemonade or Limonada? Because this says Limonada, but then it's either Limonada or Lemonade Media. To continue my love of podcasting. I will say, like, if she's going to come back and do a podcast, like, the other one she did was kind of boring. Like, she's going to have to do, I need some drama, I need some juice, I need something. Give me some meat, okay? Ask the questions, tell the fucking tea, like, let us fucking know what the hell is going on. You would break records. That's the thing about these people, though. You get so high up where you can't do and say certain things. So, like, her fucking podcast would be record breaking if she could really talk. If she could really go there. And the little bit that she does go there with, it, like, creates a fucking frenzy. Could you imagine if she had the actual freedom to, like, go there and do a podcast, like, we, would do a podcast with the mess. So it's going to be probably some charitable, like, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Super positive and, but it's gotta be. I need some meat. That's all I'm gonna say. Megan said in a statement, being able to support a female-founded company with a roster of thought-provoking and highly entertaining podcasts is a fantastic way to kick off 2024. Our plan to re-release Archetypes so that more people can now have access to it, as well as launching a dynamic new podcast, are all well in the works. I'm so eager to be able to share it soon, and I'm overjoyed to be joining the Lemonada family. And then CEO Jessica Cordova of Lemonada says, we are beyond honored that Megan has trusted us to help democratize access to Archetypes, and that so many more people around the world would have access to the series soon. Megan's talent as host, creator, and conversationalist is unparalleled, and we are thrilled to co-create a new series with her that fosters her approach to create art that matters. So that's what's happening. That's what happened. I mean, they're doing things, and people are mad. Bitches is mad. Like, for real, they're mad. What are they want them to just sit and just I know they gotta be sick. Secretly they know they're on the wrong side of this thing, but they will never admit it. They could never admit it, ever. Okay, just 2 more things before I stop running my mouth. And they're already starting like we knew that they would, because it's just like, why can Beyonce not do a country record and it be called a country record? Like, since when are you, because you do some type of music over here, now all of a sudden you can only be a pop star? You can only be an R&B star. So then your music isn't considered in that genre, even though it has all of those vibes, all of those feels, all of the acoustic and instrumentals of a effing country song, you know? And so I find it kind of weird that certain people will go out of their way to create discord, okay? And in this instance, I think that this radio station is doing it twofold, because I think that, one, they actually believe what they've said, and 2, once this is out, because they knew it would be outrageous and, you know, someone would talk about it, now there's going to be a set of people that actually agree with this, go and listen to this radio station, and they have more listeners, followers, what have you. So apparently this guy on Twitter, he posted, his name is Justin, at Justato, 6 hours ago, said, I requested Texas Hold'em at my local country radio station, KYKC. And after requesting, I received an email from the radio station stating, we do not play Beyonce on KYKC, as we are a country music station, saying that Beyonce is not worthy to be on their radio station because they don't deem her as a country music person or singer, even though her song is country. And we knew that this would start, and we knew that it would be this way. And why does it have to be this way? It's disheartening. It's really disheartening, and it's blatant racism, I feel. You know, like, I just don't understand. We don't play Beyonce. Like, what radio station doesn't play Beyonce? Like, really? It's just like, they went out of their way to be messy, and I think that they're going to get the attention that they wanted, because there are people who truly feel the same exact way, and they're going to get what they wanted. Yes, so that made me feel a type of way, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. But something that made me feel another type of way is that, I don't know if you've heard, they're doing another Michael Jackson biopic. The one that I remember back in the day, it was the one that was so long and it was in different parts. What was it? American Family? And BET used to always play it. That's like the last Michael Jackson biopic I remember. And the Michael Jackson they had was not the Michael Jackson it needed to be. However, in this biopic, I think that Nia Long is supposed to play Michael Jackson's mother. And apparently, let me find it. Jafar Jackson is playing Michael Jackson, and they have released this picture of him as Michael in the biopic, and I'm like, this is the first time I've seen them actually kind of get it right. Like, I'm gonna try to put it up on the screen too, but like, I was like, if you squint, if you look, that kind of looks like Michael. Like that. That's a pretty good job. Like, I don't know, you know, that's real Michael. And that's Jafar Jackson. Now, who is Jafar Jackson? Because that's my first time hearing of him. Jafar Jackson. That's Jermaine Jackson's son. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So this is what he looks like, just regular. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I'm so happy they're keeping it in the family. That's excellent. I'm happy they're keeping it in the family. I didn't know that was Jermaine's son. You learn something new every day. But I think that they did a great job with the prosthetic work or whatever the hell, because that's as close as I've ever seen. But like, because the past few movies that they've done, it's been some ass. Like, so I'm excited to see that. I will be sat for that. I will also be sat for the Wendy Williams 2-part special that's supposed to be coming up. Gotta put that on. I need to record it or something. I need to figure out where I can watch it at, because I don't think I have Lifetime. I don't got cable like that, so I gotta figure out how I can watch it. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting to see Michael like that, and like how makeup has gotten that good that they could like bring him back to life like that. And it already helps that he has that structure, like the facial structure. They just kind of had to build up off of it. But excited, so we'll see when that comes. Yes, so we'll see when they release dates and everything like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'll catch you guys in another video, and I hope that you enjoy. Think about liking, think about subscribing. If not, I completely understand, and bye.